Hey guys, welcome out to the Next Stop Wildlife Show Australia. I'm Wayne Caveman Keys, and ever since I've been a little kid, I've just loved wildlife of all sorts, and everywhere we went, I would just take off and explore the bush. I'd find any little bit of bushland I could, and I'd be straight in there exploring at age 7 or 8. It didn't matter, I just loved it. So I want to take you on a journey with me to the magic Cumberland Plains in New South Wales, Australia. And I want to show you what beauty we've got on our own back doorstep. It's really important that we all know exactly what we've got in our parks, because without knowing what's in our parks, we just don't know what's there to conserve and protect. There is so much for all of these generations to come to see, and we can't afford to throw that all away and just let these councils destroy all of this beautiful bushland around Australia and the world. So let's conserve and protect and come on the journey and see what mad wildlife we've got here. There's some of the most wicked wildlife you'd ever see in the world, and it's right on our back doorsteps. So I want you to join me and explore our doorstep and see what we've got on today's next stop and every day's next stop out on the Cumberland Plains. It's one of the maddest places in the whole of the world. Let's get out of here. On the first stop of the day, we drop past one of our regular locals, the blue-tongued lizard. An absolute tank, and he's a little bottler, this bloke. Good morning, mate. And as we look out into the world-famous log, we see a beautiful pied cormorant up waiting for some fish to show. Looks like he's lightening the load off a bit there, and he'll sit there and he'll oil his wings up and oil his body up so that he can be a bit more water resistant. They've got an oil duct down in the middle of their wings, in the middle of their back, on the world famous log of Nurragingy. Hey guys, welcome out to one of the most beautiful places out on the Cumberland in my local area. It's outside another Nurragingy, and you can probably see behind me, beautiful Eastern Creek. Hey guys, this habitat reminds me of when I was a little child and I used to walk through the bushland before they desecrated everything. Just have a look at this, it's magic. This is the sort of terrain where you'll find brown snakes, red bellies, bearded dragons, could be anything out here. Oh, and the next stop's an absolute ripper. It's one of the less frequent visitors down at the Parklands. We get a lot of eastern rosellas, but we don't get a real lot of the crimson rosellas. So it was just magic to see a crimson rosella down here for a change. Just in one of the acacia mern's eyes here, and having a bit of a nibble on some of the foliage. What an amazing, spectacularly coloured bird. So the Parklands track, always one of the best hikes if you love your wildlife. They are one spectacular bird. The iridescent reds and blues down the wings. Definitely a favourite. So yeah, great start to the day. We've already picked up a few really cool animals down here on the walk. So we might head off on our next stop. Leave this guy to his little devices. You're just having a look at me now, that was pretty cool. And I'll head off on the next stop. See what else we can find today, guys. Bloody ripper start. Oh, magic. Right near the creek line, we've got a beautiful azure kingfisher just tucked away. And off he flies, but not too far away. We spot him just up over the water, keeping his eye out at the pond area for some guppies and little mosquito fish. There's a little bit of a run of water, had a bit of rain, so he's on the lookout for some prey. Look at the size of that beak. It's almost half the size of his body. And the azure kingfishers have been around this area prevalently for the last week or two. Amazing to see. So I thought I'd grab some footage on the way past and show you one of the best fishermen on the Cumberland Plains. A ripper. Hey guys, there's nothing better than exploring your local parklands and your local bushlands national parks. Walking through this area, it's like the last of the Cumberland Plains. You just don't get very much of this kind of terrain out in the western suburbs here. Most of it they build houses on, so I'm pretty damn rapt to see. It's just amazing, the Cumberland Plains. You can see it's got a good amount of Cumberland Plains happening here. So we're going to go and explore some more of this beautiful Cumberland Plains out at Doonside. And as we explore, I can see this bloke's not too impressed with me. This guy's huge. He's got a big throat puffed out at me in a threat display. He's telling me don't get any closer to me. And I'm quite some distance. I'm zoomed in on this guy, but he doesn't care less. He doesn't want me anywhere near him. And that's why he's got that throat puffed out. Can't believe the size of those arms. Massive, huge, humongous goanna, this guy. Thought I'd bring you a bit of a footage of this guy as we locked eyes in the middle of the bush down on the walk through the Eastern Creek section, and Nurragingy is just not far from the side of the red belly in the grass here somewhere. Sure. We can get a spot on him. There he is. Oh, that's mad. It's alright, buddy, I'm not going to hurt you. Ow, mad red belly. Look at that, they don't get much closer than this. Got the tongue flicking out, and I'm right in front of this guy. So close, it's unbelievable. And this place is just so underrated for animals, eh? Everywhere you look is an Australian fig bird. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous olive colorations here. And they like to pick the figs off the trees and they'll skewer them onto those small branches there and feed off them. Look at the beautiful colours in the eye region down over the chest. And you get a fair few of these Australasian fig birds along the Parklands track. Nurragingy is probably the best area to find the fig birds around in the World Gardens section. Quite a number of fig trees and other trees that are really suitable for these birds. Amazing. We might head off to the next stop and see what we can spot. What a ripper day it's been so far. Summer and spring, madness. And be it in the air or on the ground, the wildlife's everywhere. This is a white-winged chough. You see the beautiful red eyes on these guys, and when they lift their wings, they have an amazing set of white feathers underneath the wings. Looks gorgeous. And in the undergrowth ahead, we've got a gorgeous juvenile lace monitor, and they'll be out hunting for some little bugs at the moment.
Following you for half an hour. Don't worry.
He's definitely on the hunt. See him flicking that forked tongue out, trying to locate some food. And he'll be on a diet of mostly little bugs and stuff at the moment. Probably a few skinks. But he won't be on larger prey until he gets much bigger. As you can see, he's so tiny, moving through the bush in the Cumberland. Beautiful eastern brown snake, hidden in the grass a little bit. Nearly trod on the bugger, didn't I? Beautiful snakes. And not even 10 foot away from the eastern brown snake, this guy doesn't realise the peril that he's in. He'd be on the menu, this guy, for eastern browns and especially the red-bellied black snakes. It can be a dangerous place out in the bush for the animals, for all but the apex predators. Awesome. Mad red belly. We're having a look there too. How mad's that? Seen something there. How mad's that red belly look? I don't know who's put this little nesting box up here. It's a tiny nesting box. And how cool's that? Yeah, there it is right there. A tiny little nesting box.
Probably for the microbats and other animals down here.
We've seen quite a few big mobs of eastern grey kangaroos down in the Parklands track. The last 10 or 15 years there's been a definite increase in the eastern grey population. Swamp wallabies, wallaroos. So it's absolutely magic to see, and these are a member of the macropod family. And there's over 60 species of macropods. So there's a lot more of these kangaroos, from little rat kangaroos right up to the big central red kangaroo. Yeah, there's quite a large number of species. And we have the wallaroos, the swamp wallabies and the eastern grey kangaroos in this local Cumberland area, so that's great. And there's a couple having a good feed here. They love the newly sprouted grasses down on the plains. So the plains is a very important area for the macropod species because this is their grazing area. And without all of this plains here, we wouldn't have all of these eastern grey kangaroos. And the Cumberland has a really large range of butterflies, moths and other insects as well. And this one here is the Cumberland brown butterfly. And he's playing a dangerous game out in the open, just hovering there. There might be a few birds with their eye on this guy. Even reptiles will take this, as this guy is probably at the bottom of the food chain. So his life, as short as it is, maybe even shorter. Beautiful Cumberland brown butterfly. So it's Sunday and we've headed back to Nurragingy Reserve, and it must be the third Sunday of the month where they hold the mini nature rail. And this is a little nature rail that takes all of the people around and goes all down by Eastern Creek and through all of the paperbark and ironbark forest. And it's got some amazing little places it takes you past. 2 years ago there was actually a nesting tawny frogmouth that was right over the top of the railway, so it was just tops. Oh, and check that out, how cool is that? That's the steam train getting ready to roll and take the people out on their Nature Express. So great effort by council. They've got a lot of things to bring money back into this park, which is very important. Makes it self-sustainable, this park, and that's why they've got such good maintenance. You can see all of the people just there enjoying their day out on the Sunday with their kids and family, and probably seeing a few animals along the way. And they're quite historic. All of these trains are actually replicas of historical Australian trains from all periods of time. And off we go up to Snake Alley and home, I reckon. It's been a long day, but a beautiful day. And on the way back to the car, we spot the gorgeous yellow-tailed black cockatoo feeding in one of the pine trees here. And they just love the pine cones. You can see him peeling back all the pine cones with the little pine nuts inside. And they love the borers. They'll stick their ear against the trunk of the trees and listen to the borers, and then they'll pinpoint them and bang.
Okay folks, what a mad day. And I hope you enjoyed that, and very interesting. You can see how listening out into the bush at all of the sounds can really make a difference out here. And the slightest little sounds, you never know, it could be something big out in the bush. So next time you're out here, keep your eyes peeled and make sure you watch out for any of these beautiful noises out in the bush with the ears. Okay, let's get out of here on the next stop.